You ready for the best intro ever? Here it comes. 1997, October 1st, the end day. Savage war engulfs the world. Civilization is destroyed. An evolution had taken place. The Earth's axis shifted and all creatures became mutated. Life would never be the same. Those surviving vowed not to repeat their mistakes of the past and erected a great tower in the sky. To oppress evil forever. Hi, I'm Denny, and welcome to Let's Play Crystalis. Well, let's just get started. Intro number 2. 100 years have passed. Most of the Earth has become dominated by mutated creatures. A bunch of birds flying above the village. People worked together to rebuild their villages and their lives, but they still lived in fear. As they feared the rebirth of evil, they remembered the construction of the tower and of its consequences once activation had begun. Once evil emerged, would they still stand a chance? There was still one hope. So what is the purpose of this tower? I thought the tower was their only hope. You know, like, did they build the tower to become evil? Alright. Of course I'm going to name the hero after myself. Who else would I name it after? Alright, so we play as someone who is cryogenically frozen. Yeah, you see that little flickery thing that's above the life bar? That's not because we're playing on an emulator. That was in the original game. Hey, there's a guy coming out of the cave. This village of Leaf, there are great dangers outside the town. Please be careful. Oh, it's you. I'm sorry I ran from you when we first met. Zebu says he's having a hard time with the windmill guard. He's always sleeping. So we can just walk out of the town right now and, I don't know, die by monsters or something. Very slow-moving monsters. We have to talk to this guy first. I am the village elder. You awoke from inside the cave, didn't you? We were told you would arrive. You are our last hope to defeat evil. Receive this sword to protect you on your quest. This and others like it will guide you. You now have the Sword of Wind. That's not ripped off of Zelda at all. I was talking about more the pose. There's an old windmill to the north, but I've never seen it working. I'll talk to more people. QQ. We later on get something that can talk to animals, and we can talk to him. The wind here is always cold, but we're used to it. Oh, that's nice to know. This village of Leaf, there are great dangers outside of town. Please be careful. We've heard that before. I've finally awoken. This money is from the wise man Zebu. It's yours. Well then, we can buy. We'll buy the. We can buy the tan hide or the carapace shield. Well, let's buy the tan hide. Put it on. We have to hit select, and we have to actually equip the sword. Okay, if you notice, our sprite changed. We're now wearing armor. Why they have a sprite of you wearing armor and a sprite of you not wearing armor is kind of weird. Like, you can put on different armor, but the sprite of you wearing armor doesn't really change. Let's go outside and fight some things. And, I mean, I'm not going to take off my armor. Like, I don't like getting hit for a lot. So yeah, here's the fighting mechanics of the game. Charge up your sword. You miss slimes with a bullet that comes out. If you were to zoom, like slow down the action of the game and actually see what is shooting out of the tip of your sword, you would see like a little wave of wind. There are several different elemental swords in the game. And all of them shoot something different out. So we're kind of doing a little bit of grinding now, just to show you the system. And let's go say hi to Zebu. There's a cave on the left side of this map. I believe this sound is the music of the wise men, the four wise men that guide you on your quest. I'm called Zebu. Denny, you are the one we have been waiting for. Try to make the windmill work. If you can do this, I'll teach you some magic. Alright. So, we have to try to make the windmill work. And what do we have to do to get the windmill to work? We have to grind. And to grind. See, yeah. These slimes kind of are harder to hit. This is the standard cave music. Hard to hit because they move around so randomly. He is sleeping. And here's the windmill that we're trying to get working. And it basically needs a key. And that's the windmill guard who's always sleeping, so we're going to assume he has the key. So that's the first puzzle of the game. We have to wake up the windmill guard. I suck at that so much. So, in order to do that, we have to grind up some money. Now, this game does kind of have, kind of a hard limit on how low you can be in level, so it does kind of have a forced grinding. And by that, I mean you have to be a certain level to fight certain enemies. There are some enemies in the game that are immune to different swords, immune to different elements, that is. And there's some enemies in the game that have a defense that you cannot penetrate until you've gained a few levels. Now, our first goal is the alarm flute, which costs 50 gold. And we need 80 gold for the carapace shield. So, before we leave, we do need a total of about 130 gold. However, once we grind up the amount that we need for the alarm flute, we'll just go back, get it, wake up the guard, and proceed, because after that, we can open up more of the game. And in so doing, get more experience and gold for more monsters. Therefore, using less time. Level 1 up. And now we kill these things in one hit. Got enough money for the alarm flute, so let's go back. See, I had a choice between this version of the game and that one here, and the Game Boy Color. But the Game Boy Color game I have played, hit the wrong button, and it's just not as good as the game, in my opinion. There are some mechanics that kind of improved on, where There's no immunity to a certain sword, there's only resistance. You can keep, like, your advanced swords and don't have to keep switching swords, which is kind of annoying later in the game. The music's a lot more terrible. There's a lower resolution, so... but they didn't change the game mechanics around it so enemies can attack you off screen. And they completely changed the plot, in my opinion, and several others' opinion, for the worse. Huh? What was that? Don't do that again. It's you. Please don't tell Zebu. Take this to start the windmill. Zebu sends a strange ball that's hidden in these caves. They say it can break... he says it can break rock walls. You now have the windmill key. Let's talk to him again to see if he would yell at me to not do that again. Remember when I was a kid, my friends and I would joke about buying 2 alarm flutes so that you could play one, and then when he told you not to do it again, you'd play the other. Windmill begins to work. There! Our quest is started. Now, we could go back and talk to Zebu, and he'd teach us a spell, or we could just go directly into the cave and Zebu would telepathically teach us a spell. But for, I don't know, non-being laziness' sake, and because it makes more sense and is more respectful to our elders, we will go and talk to Zebu. You have done well. I will now teach you the magic of refresh. We just learned the best spell in the game. Why? It heals you. There are a lot of other spells in the game. But refresh is definitely the spell that we will keep equipped probably through about 95% of the game. So, let's see what's in this cave, shall we? Now, those things poison you. And if you've seen my Let's Play Final Fantasy video, which I assume you haven't, because who actually, like, you know, watches all of someone's Let's Play, I have a kind of a running hatred of things that poison you. Alright, so we're getting the ritzy stuff now. Like, if you remember, the enemies that we've been running into, slimes gave an experience and a gold, but those tiger things gave 1 experience and 2 gold. But these things, man, they give 2 experience and 2 gold. That is a lot. They give double the gold of a slime. Now we don't want to let those dragon things touch us because they'll kick our ass. Alright, I don't remember which way you're supposed to go. Ah, yes, it is this way. Ooh, bats. These things are annoying as hell. The ball of wind. Alright, so every sword has a ball and a bracelet associated with it. As you can see, the advantage of the balls, it can go through walls and hit these annoying bats. Ha! 2 at once. Eat shit. Whoa! Ow. Alright, we got an antidote in case we get poisoned. These golems are really good because they give a good amount of experience in gold. Alright, we really have to take care of these bats because they are annoying as hell. And of course, the bat was slightly off screen. Alright. There we go. Well, we have enough money right now that we can start heading back to town. By the time we get there, we will have enough for the carapace shield. Medical herb. Alright, dead end. And thus ends everything that can come from that. I believe that way is the way out. You know, we are a high enough level to face the vampire, and I think that we can beat him if we really want to. I do like the going downstairs noise. It doesn't really sound much like going downstairs. Let's see here. So there's certain enemies in this game that turn you into stone, and if you were swinging when you get turned to stone, and stone only lasts for like a little bit. And that's for the vampires, I believe. Yep. Ow. As you can see, all the vampire does is teleport around. And you just have to keep nailing him with your charged sword. Every once in a while pausing so you can get rid of the bats. And hopefully I don't lose this fight. And there he goes. Goodbye, Batsy. You now have rabbit boots. And we come up with another flaw of this game. If you try to cast a spell when your magic is too low, it sends a pop-up at you, basically. Alright, and I'm not going back to buy the carapace shield, because we are at the next town. I'm a Kahana. I used to have an unusual staff shoe, but I dropped it near the river. It was a great find and will be difficult to replace. Have you seen it? This town is mostly for travelers, pretty noisy in it. Heard that there's only a village where only women who live. I wonder. We are not going to run into that until much later in the game. Okay, they have the Carapace shield for cheaper, and they also have leather armor. So, here's the plan. Before we finish this video, we're going to go back into that cave. I actually don't know what the name of this... He is in our way. I actually don't know what the name of that town is. I'll have to look it up. Now, we have some uncovered ground in this cave. And we'll fix that. Bam, bam. See, I like the charging system in this game a lot more than, say, Secret of Mana, which is considered one to be one of the best games ever. But, like, I don't know. And you didn't have to do this. It was actually kind of preferable to just charge your shit up to, like, 100%. But, I don't know, enemies still took a while to beat. And this just seems a lot more action-y. Now there's the place we haven't searched yet, up these stairs. Warp boots! Those let you warp from town to town. See, as I said, this game does kind of force you to grind a little bit so you can get up to the right level. But it's always better to progress because then you can encounter stronger enemies that give more experience and use less time. And that's riskier, but, you know, this game isn't really that hard. As I said, as I almost died to the vampires, those stupid bats. Alright, so before we finish this video, I'm going to fight some things outside and get the bronze shield. Here we come to more enemies that use projectiles and stuff like that you have to avoid. We also might as well get that one guy's statue. If I remember correctly, you never really encounter that much difficulty in what you face. The next area, which is the poison swamp, is kind of difficult because you have shit flying up at you from every direction. Right. What's up here? I don't remember. Oh, yeah. A busy town, Brynmere, is located south of the sealed cave. You should visit there. That's the name of the town, Brynmere. I think. And as you could probably tell by the music, that is where one of the sages lives. And I believe I talked to his apprentice. Hey, we found the statue of Onyx, and that's the guy's statue. The plot could not progress until he ran into that very, very inconspicuous bunch of bushes and found the statue. I know of a lot of people who have gotten stuck at this very point in the game. So a lot of you might be wondering, well, why didn't you pull out the medical herb during the vampire fight when you're so low in health? Well, you can't really use items in boss battles. You can't go into the inventory screen. Hitting select does nothing. You can't really pause. So inventory items are really only for non-boss fights, and I probably should have... I don't actually remember if I was healed up before I started the boss fight, but that was kind of risky. I probably should have gone back. If you're wondering why I'm still fighting things, it's so I can stay at the inn after I buy the bronze shield. Alright, we got 220 gold from the bronze shield and 20 gold for the inn. We go south of the steel cave to Bryn Mawr, I believe. Alright. This game does not automatically detect that I have the statue, so I have to equip the statue. And then stab him with my sword. Hey, this is my statue. Thank you for finding it. If you need to go to the forest, use this cast mask to avoid the poison. So east of where we found that statue, there is a poison forest, and now we can get through it since we have the gas mask. Can I buy the bronze shield? No, I don't want to drop it. I keep hitting B to try to exit the menu. And this is going to be what our sprite looks like for the rest of the game. It's armor and shield. Stay at the inn. And that's it for now. Thank you for watching. And next time we will go into the poison forest.